Macca's Reviews.
Hey guys, Macca here. Welcome to my review slash first impressions video for Forza Horizon 2, coming out starting September 30th on the Xbox 360 and Xbox One consoles. This review will be focused on the Xbox One version. This game is the second installment in the Forza Horizon franchise and focuses on a much more arcadey style of racing with a strong focus on fun and action instead of the simulation and realism that we see in the typical Forza Motorsport game. The Horizon Festival is back, and this time it's moved from Colorado to Europe, and more specifically 6 cities located within France and Italy. The Horizon Festival is a festival focused on music and street racing in which you're taking a part in, making your way up the ladder of racers, eventually to become the best racer at the festival. The atmosphere of the festival is very well done in the game, and you do feel like you're a part of this big event, and there's also a good selection of 200 plus cars available in the game that give you a good sense of realism. Forza Horizon 2 is generally more newcomer friendly than the Forza Motorsport series. The handling is a little bit more forgiving, and because the game is a little less realistic, it allows for less experienced racers to enjoy the game thoroughly. There's a long list of new additions to this game, and most importantly is probably that of dynamic weather, which adds in a rain cycle as well as a day and night cycle, which is greatly appreciated and finally available in a Forza game. Forza veterans have been waiting a very long time for dynamic weather and the ability to change weather in certain events, and the wet tarmac does feel significantly different from that of the dry tarmac, and the game includes small attention to detail like windshield wipers, which are appreciated. Additionally, at the launch of the game, players will have access to 30 bucket list challenges, which are given to you by one of the event coordinators. They are basically a list of 30 things that you should try before the event ends. These are a great way for new players to be able to drive high-end cars without having to purchase them. Additionally, perks have been added, and there's even a small Pokemon Snap type minigame where you try to take pictures of all the unique cars at the festival in order to unlock additional credits and recognition. Showcase events make a return in this game. Unfortunately, there are only 5, but these 5 are spectacularly done and are one of the highlights of the game. Additionally, as you can probably see on screen, the graphics are beautiful, running in 1080p and 30 frames per second, although it feels completely smooth and I've had no problems with the frame rates. The graphics are beautiful and easily one of the best parts of the game, as well as the music, which has a great selection of about 6 radio stations across all different types of music genres. The music selection is great, and I thought it was very well implemented within the game. I'm also happy to report that the length of the game has significantly increased from Forza Horizon 1. For players to complete 100% of the game, we are looking at approximately 50 hours, which is significantly longer than the first iteration of the game, although still quite a bit less than the Forza Motorsport series. And I'm happy to report that progression and the economy system within the game feels great. I felt a great sense of progression. I never had too much money, but I also never had too little money to be able to do what I felt like doing at the time, so the economy and the progression system are on point. Additionally, players can play online with up to 8 players in a free roam lobby, and there's also point-to-point races, lap races, virus infection, and a wide variety of different modes available, as well as car meets where players can join up, look at each other's cars, and challenge each other to showdowns. Although I had an absolute blast playing this game, it isn't perfect. One thing I would have personally loved to see was some character customization. Unfortunately, every person who plays this game will play a pretty much generic middle-aged white guy with brown hair and a little bit of stubble on his face, and there's no option to change that. And as I previously stated, the showcase events are spectacular, but there are only 5 of them and not a lot of incentive to replay them. Also, the game does offer you the ability to have realistic damage, although the damage is not explicitly detailed when you do take damage, and you will also take damage in the open world, which will sometimes render your car useless, and the only option you really have is to fast travel to a Forza Horizon Festival area And sometimes damage is given to your car via other players and not always your fault, which is sometimes a little bit of a downer. Also, when pushing the game to its absolute limits and taking some of the world's fastest cars down the highway at the fastest speeds, there is a little bit of pop-in occasionally with some of the textures and the road. This is only really visible when taking the highest speed cars down the highway. Now that more or less concludes my review, and it comes down to my recommendations, and they are that I absolutely do recommend this game to both racing fans and non-racing fans or casual racing fans. This game is one of the best games I have played on the Xbox One. It feels great, the cars handle great, the game looks beautiful, sounds spectacular, and it should be appealing to a wide variety of people. However, some veterans might feel as though this game is not hardcore enough and they might be let down. Now, there is a demo available on the Xbox One storefront, which I highly recommend that you try if you're still uncertain about whether or not this game is for you. But if you are anticipating this game, I do think you will have a lot of fun and you'll be able to put a lot of hours into this game due to its wide variety of cars, its great map, and great music and feel of the game. Thank you for taking the time to watch this review and listen to the words that I had to say about this game. If you did enjoy it, make sure to comment, like, and subscribe. Those are the 3 actions that fuel this channel and help me run it in the future. Hopefully I'll see you in another one of my Forza Horizon videos. If not, hopefully you do stumble upon my channel in the future. You're free to subscribe for more content similar to this, and hopefully I see you next time. Peace.